Shalom, shalom, strongmen. Welcome to our Strongman Show. This is your host, Minister Yeshaban Loya, with the SMC, which is Strongman Club. Well, today we have a special session for you guys. For you that just meet our show is designed to teach men how to be better citizens, how to be better men, especially in regard to your family, especially so-called black men in America and around the world. We've lost the sense of identity on what it means to be a man. So the show is constructed in such a way to equip you with all knowledge, understanding, wisdom on how to lead your household and how to deal with your wife, your children, how to deal with finance in a biblical light. So welcome to the Strongman Show, and may the Most High bless you. It's going to go over 7 realities men must understand to live well. So for you to succeed, there's things that we need to understand. But not saying you don't know, but if you don't now, you're about to find out, right? But some of you may actually know, but really don't pay attention to these things. Well, today is the day. So let's open up with 1 Kings 2:2. It says, I go the way of all the earth, be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man. So this scripture here, I always read it. This is the main theme of the Strongman Club, is show thyself a man. By the way, I say shout out to all our strong men. I know you will enjoy this one, okay? So the Bible says show yourself a man. Don't say you a man. You have to show it. So saying you a man is not enough. By the way you move, by the way you speak, by your character, by the way you carry yourself in society, have to tell people you are a man, not just say it. You have to project it. So that being said, let's get straight to our lesson today. 7 realities that men must understand to succeed. We will go straight to 1 Timothy 5:8. And let's give you the title first. The title is that men are valued by what they build and provide. So this is a reality that most men still having a hard time coping with, because a lot of men don't understand your value is based on what you can provide and build, right? So let's get that out of the Bible too, because even the Bible say your value as a man depend highly on what you can provide. Right? 1 Timothy 5:8. We'll do that quickly. It says, but if any man provide not for his own, and especially for those of his, because a lot of you may say his own is women, but it says of his own house, because the truth is the house belongs to you. He have denied the faith. He indicating a male. You deny the faith, and he's worse than an infidel. So the Bible says, if a man is not providing, you are worse than an infidel, because you see, your value is in your providence and what you can provide. This is not cruelty. This is not hatred toward men, but this is those things. If we embrace them, then we'll find our true purpose on the earth. So as a man, the world largely responds to what you can produce: skills, stability, leadership, and provision. Okay? This is not cruelty, it is structure. Money, competence, and discipline attract opportunity, respect, and relationships. Do not resent your worth. Do not resent this reality. Accept it and use it as motivation to grow. Your worth as a human being is intrinsic, but your value in the world is demonstrated through responsibility. Build something meaningful and take pride in it. So it's not a bad thing that people love you because you can provide. A woman want to be with you because you can provide. I know a lot of time we call these women gold digger, but the truth is, it has always been that way, that your value is one with what you can provide. You can call women all you want gold diggers, but the truth is, everybody want to be, even men want to be your friend once you got things. Your family all of a sudden recognize you once you got stuff. Your father, your mother, everyone try to cleave onto you once you build something. A lot of you would hate that. When you were broke, nobody saw you, but now you have money and people want to be around you. Well, welcome to the world, because this is where your value lie as a man. So how does that help us as a man? Well, that help us understand the more you build, the more people will love you. And there's nothing for free in the world. The Bible says, with the sweat of thy face, you will eat. So we can see as men, the more we build, the more we are proactive to build ourselves up, the more we will get the things we need. Life is a hard competition. Everyone want the girl you want, everyone want the car you want, everyone want the business you want, and who will get it is whoever make it. So it's nothing wrong with that. It's competition. We cannot hit a good fight. The second one is sacrifice does not guarantee appreciation. So not because you sacrificing a lot for your wife, for your children, that mean they'll appreciate you. I know we mad about this because a lot of time we feel that our sacrifices have to be repaid. But is it? Right? So it's been going on for ages, where men will die in war, and then the woman will move and get another man, right? Or men would build houses, his wife will take that away, right? People don't appreciate him for his sacrifice. This is part of being a man. That's why we say show yourself a man, right? These are two these realities you can show yourself a man. So let's get to the book of Micah 7 verse 6. It says, for the son dishonored the father, the daughter rise up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. The man's enemies are the men of his own house. What you're gonna find out, an enemy cannot betray you, but you know who's gonna betray you? Your own family, your own folks, your own wife, your own friends, your own children. You'll give everything for them, then they'll turn against you. A lot of time the very thought of that make a man mad. But this is reality. There's no guarantee for your sacrifice. But should you be mad because this is how it is? Well, here's the thing. You can give deeply and still be misunderstood, unappreciated, and even resented, hated. This is not a personal failure. Even the greatest example of goodness in history were rejected. Let's take an example of the Most High, right? The Most High, he created men, he created women, he gave us the planet for free, oxygen, food. But yet you got some morons that turn around and say, I don't believe in God. I hate God. For some reason, I needed wings. People still don't appreciate the Most High. Does the Most High cry because people um, don't um, don't appreciate his sacrifice and all that he's done? No, because if he was, trust me, many people would have been dead already. But the truth is, the Most High allow both, and even the scripture say that the Most High give rent to the just and to the unjust. So the Most High, you know why the Most High is not mad? Because when he does all these sacrifice and people don't become entitled and they curse him out and stuff like that, that's because the Most High don't do none of those things for the people. He does everything for himself, right? So let's get that. I'm gonna show you that the Most High do everything for himself. He don't do it for people, and this is the mindset as a man you need to have. Let's get Proverbs 16 and 4. After that, I'll get Revelation 4 verse 11. It says, the Most High had made all things for himself. You see that? The Most High had made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. So even wicked people, the Most High made them for himself. So the thing is, when you're building a house, don't build it for your wife. Don't build it for your children. When you feed your children, you don't do it for the children. You do it for yourself, for your glory, for your greatness, for your reputation. You don't do it because of your wife. When you buy your wife a car, because your wife is a reflection of you, how she presents herself will dictate on how people think about you. So everything goes back to your glory. Now let's get the book of Revelation as well. Revelation 4 verse 11. I'm going to show you that, right? It says, Revelation 4 verse 11, thou art worthy, O Most High, to receive glory and honor and power, right? For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. So everything were created for the Most High pleasure. So, and with that mindset, the Most High really, I mean, he will punish when it's due time, right? But it's not for everything people say the Most High gonna go like a mayhem, right? The Most High will withhold his goodness from. This is why hell is created, to put you far away from the Most High. Since you don't need my benevolence, I'll put you far away from me. But hell is far away. It's not a punishment. It becomes a punishment because that's what you choose. Because good is only on the side of the Most High. So if you don't want the Most High, if you hate the Most High, you put as far away as possible from the Most High. And far away from the Most High is misery. Just like a man, right? I won't put you out of my house because you cursed me out, but because I put you out because you don't want me. You don't want my good grace. You don't want my love. So then I can't force you to love me. You see, so men shouldn't be striving to get repayment for what they build. Whatever you're building is for your own glory, for people to say, man, this guy have done so much. So with that mindset, then whenever your wife leaves, it's like, hey, I wasn't doing it for you. I was doing it for my greatness, right? So it's very important that a man lead with the right mindset because, yes, you will sacrifice a lot and people will be ungrateful. But remember the Most High whenever you want to rage and fret because people take your sacrifices for granted. The same way they do to the Most High. But again, the mindset is you do it for you. You don't do it for them. Number 3, women don't often mean what they say. So that's another reality men still wonder about women. You know, why would my woman say this, but they really mean this? They expect me to read their minds. Um, so let's get in the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible, 7 verse 21. Also take no heed unto all words that are spoken, lest thou hear thy servants curse thee. So the Bible says, don't listen to every word that you hear, because if you do, then you'll end up hearing even your servant is cursing you, meaning you become paranoia. You become haunted because you care so much about people, what people say. And the same thing with women. Sometimes they'll say yes, but they really mean no. Sometimes they say no, they'll mean yes. So men and women often process conflict differently. Emotional reactions can produce words and actions that do not reflect long-term intent, right? So that's why you got a lot of women running with emotions. They'll divorce their men, then after that, the regrets hit them, and they'll come back to the men trying to say they're sorry, right? And you wonder what's wrong with them. Well, women are very emotional. We all know that already. Even more emotional. Being emotional is not a bad thing at all, but it is good because that's what make a woman, so she could take care of children. Emotions is a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But sometimes, when you have too much of it, so a lot of time men cannot understand, why would my woman say this, but she meant this? Why she couldn't come straight and stuff like that? But the Bible said, take not heed to everything you hear, right? It's up to you to want to listen to everything. And sometimes you just have to give it time, especially in the time of conflict. Give them time. A lot of time you'll see they'll come around and be, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. So this is why the Bible is here telling us, don't take heed to everything that you hear. Because if you do take heed to everything, man, you're going to go bonkers, right? So wisdom means knowing when to engage and when to pause. Not every statement deserves a response, and not every conflict require escalation. Strength is shown in restraint. Calm observation protect your peace and your future. So strength is shown restraint and not really react to everything. I said not to everything, but something you do. Number 4, authentic strength earns respect, not excessive niceness. So that there's a saying out there that said, nice guys finish last. And this is something men cannot understand. So why being nice, people don't respect me, people take advantage of me, women don't like nice guy. What's wrong with the nice guy? Well, being kind is a virtue. Being agreeable out of fear is not. So what does that mean? To be nice, to be kind, and uh, 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 well put together and dress nice. It's a virtue. There's nothing wrong with you dressing nice. There's nothing wrong with you speaking, nice word. But when you're doing it out of character is a problem. Let me show you how. Okay, you see how a woman wear makeup, and a lot of time men don't want to be with a woman that wear makeup. Why is that? Because we feel that the woman is hiding something behind the makeup. She's literally putting a mask on. Well, the same thing applies to a nice guy. When you being a nice guy and not showing who you truly are, it not only shows you not confident, but it also shows that you're hiding your true self. You see, you should be more afraid of a dog that bite but do not bark. You see, a dog that do not bark, give you no warning, is the same way a man that's nice and showing all his niceness, and everybody got a flaw, everybody got sin. So when you do that, then it comes with you not being trusted, because you see a guy that you see that in high school all the time, where a guy would um, be open and he's that talk type. People would trust that person more because they know what to expect. Women would trust that man more because they know what to expect. Even as men, when we see a guy we can't figure out, we're like, bro, I don't understand this guy. So, or sometimes you see the person is so nice, you're like, man, should I even trust this guy? Because I really don't know him. Right. So sometimes what men tend to do is put a nice face on, and then they expect people to just trust them. Well, my advice for men is to stop suppressing your opinions, your value, your boundaries to gain approval for often, to gain approvals from others. Meaning what? If you go somewhere you don't like something, say you don't like it. If someone do something wrong to you, say you don't like that, right? So and express your own opinions. Don't be a man pleaser. People respect more someone that will express their values, opinions, and boundaries more than someone who like, okay, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you want. You see, those kind of people have no boundaries, no respect, and then they are shady. People cannot understand them. So those people do not trust nice guys. Okay. But this being nice and being soft spoken or being gentle is two different things, right? When I say being nice, being excessively nice, right? Being gentle simply means you can say no in a nice way. It's like, I'm sorry, but I can't do this. You are still being nice, but you can set boundaries. You are being nice, but can out of due respect, I disagree with your opinion. So you see that? So I can still be gentle, but still have boundaries, still have opinion and values. But the excessive nice guy, the Mr. Nice guys, a lot of times they don't know the difference. They're just being nice and being a yes man for everything. And you know, as they say, respect grows from being authentic, self-control, and firm boundaries. Be honest, be grounded, be consistent. Strength and kindness must exist together. So being strong and being kind must exist together. So this is why women don't choose the nice guys, because you got a face mask on and people don't trust you because they know you got flaws, but you're hiding your flaws. And people have no intent to find out who you truly are when you can't show it when they meet you. Right? So, number 5, leadership often feels lonely. Leadership often feels lonely. So, being a leader, you'll find there'll be days you'll be lonely, and I'll show you why. But let me show you Second Maccabees 3, verse 16. Then whoso had looked the high priest in the face, I would have it would have wounded his heart, for his countenance and the changing of his color declared the inward agony in his mind. For the man was so compassed with fear and horror of the body that it was manifested to them that look upon him what sorrow had now in his heart. Right. So when they look at the priest, they saw agony in his heart, but he wasn't talking. but he had something going on with him. So this is the reality of men. Men, a lot of time, you'll carry your burden alone. People may look on your face and see you're going through things, but as we always say, leadership requires decisions that others do not see and burdens others do not carry. You may not always be understood or supported as a man. People may not support you and understand where you're coming from, right? And sometimes even your own wife, your own friends, community, political party, people may not understand what you're about. The solitude is not a flaw. It's not because you flaw why people don't understand you, but it's part of what you call responsibility. Now I'm gonna give you an example of the Most High. The Most High made the heaven. Who the Most High gonna ask advice from? Will it call you and be like, "Give me advice"? No. The Most High don't expect you to provide for him. He expect himself to provide for you. So the Most High probably have stress, a lot of things to deal with, but he's not coming to you to tell you. Because think about the Most High as the last line of defense. If he's the last line of defense and he's collapsing and he's saying he can't do it, and he's complaining to his subjects, then we're in trouble. It's the same thing in your house. So you are the last line of defense. The rent cannot be paid. You're not gonna go to your wife and be like, "Man, I can't do it. I can't make it. Things are tough." You're complaining to your wife. Trust me. You may, and a lot of time women will tell you, "Oh, men should express themselves." Now there's a difference, big difference between you asking advice from your wife and complaining to your wife. Some men go complain to their wife, go crying in their wife arm. Your wife is a support system, but you're the leader. That means you can go to your wife and be like, "What do you think we can do this month? Do you have any idea what we can how we can deal with this situation?" This is not complaining. This is you accessing that second mind to give you advice. There's nothing wrong with asking your wife for advice, but there's completely something wrong crying in your arms and in your wife's arms. There's something completely wrong with you complaining about how you failing to your wife, because you the head. Think about it in one army where the general is telling the soldiers, "We're gonna lose." Listen, all hope is lost. If the general lose all hope, then the whole army collapse quickly. So you do not want to be the one that go and to your wife, to your children, complaining about how you're failing in life and how you don't have it, how you can't make it, how you can't do it. That's you to figure out. And this is why a lot of time men, we go cry in the car. Right? Men would go cry in the car because being leader is a very lonely situation. Everybody want from you, but a lot of time people won't even ask you, "What do you want?" People will never ask you how you feeling, while you have to check on everybody's feeling. This is leadership. A lot of men cannot cope with that thought, but this is a harsh reality. When you're on top, you take care of everybody down, but nobody down take care of you. So you on top. And this is why the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 11:3, the head of the woman is the man. So you the head. So the higher up you go, the lonelier it gets, because no one, it will feel like no one care about you, but you care about everybody else. So as we can say, a leader must remain steady under pressure so others can feel safe. This is your job, to make people feel safe while you're not safe. Seek wisdom and not sympathy. So this is what a man need to look. Don't, as a leader, you shouldn't be looking for sympathy, right? This is fleeting. What you should be looking for is wisdom on how to build yourself so you can build others. Build discipline, not resentment, right? Don't resent it because, well, what have people done for me, right? Because you're supposed to be the one doing for people. And as you can see in the world, is the same thing, right? When men fall down, who's gonna help you? Nobody, right? But while you here helping others, it's the same thing for the Most High, the Creator too. This is the quiet weight of leadership. So this is the weight we all carry as leaders, is that we have to, a lot of time, we'll spend it lonely. Number 6, men must earn what they want. Genesis 3, verse 19. Genesis 3, verse 19. It says, and in the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it was thou taken, for dust thou art, and dust shalt thou return. So as we can see here, the Most High said, for the men will have to sweat to eat. As you can see, when the women fall in poverty, everybody's gonna help. They've done that experiment before, where they would put a homeless man and a homeless woman in the streets. You see, most people will give money to the homeless woman. When the woman fall in decay, most people, the government would give her child support, will give her help. And a lot of men cannot understand it. How can they don't help me like that? Well, you a man. You're the last line of defense. You need to be the one protecting women and children. So this is the truth of things. And men, since you are little, no one gonna just buy you things because you want it like a girl would, right? But reality is that if you're a man, you responsible. Everything you're gonna earn is gonna come through work and efforts. What does that mean for us? That make us to this truth is not meant to discourage you, but free you from the false expectation. As a man, you should not be expecting people to do for you because you're the leader, you're the man. Being a man means to be the leader. So you should be taking care of yourself. You should not never want to be on somebody else's payroll. You should never be on somebody else's gratitude and offerings, right? And waiting for somebody hands out. No, you're a man. Show yourself a man. Okay. So that's what it means to be a man. So we need to accept responsibility for our lives as men. Improve your skills, strengthen your character. The world responds to men who show up prepared. Like a woman is not gonna be with you just because you're a man. You got what you're gonna offer. So men gotta work for what they want. This is a reality, and a lot of us, we complain, we're mad, we get discouraged because we feel like things are equal now. Things are never equal. I mean, they tell you that, but it's never gonna be equal between men and women, right? Women still, even when women making money, they're still gonna wait for you to give them that money, right? Right? So they still look at you as the man. So 7. And the last one, wisdom preserve life better than strength. And that's another whole delusion most men have. They think because I have physical strength, that means I need to fight. Well, physical strength without wisdom leads to unnecessary conflicts and irreversible consequences. True power lies in discernment. We're not saying do not fight because you're strong, but even you're strong doesn't mean today have to be the day that I fight. And they often say sometimes you lose a battle, but that doesn't mean you lose the war. Sometimes you need to live another day to fight that war, right? Accept the loss of the battle. Just like when you're playing chess, sometimes you have to open a space, let somebody in so you could move forward and cause more damage. It's the same thing in life. Sometimes you have to use your wisdom to make your move properly. Not because you can shoot, that means you got to shoot. Not because you can knock someone out, that means you have to knock someone out. So that thing comes from pride. And sometimes even your women would put you in a situation where you have to fight, right? Because she feel like you need to prove your strength, but you have to, as a man, assess the situation before you act. Don't let nobody put you in the spot where you have to lose your life when the war can be won another way. Let's say someone knock you or slap your wife. You may want to slap them back. What about you get them in jail? You get paid. You sue them on top. Not only they go to jail, you make money out of it. Isn't that a better wisdom? Someone owe you money. You wanna knock them out, right? You could go to jail for knocking them out. Why about you take them to court? You sue them because they hold your money for so long, and this and the third. So there's better ways to actually fight your battles instead of using physical strength all the time. And this is one of the things our men will struggle with because we feel because we're men, we gotta show ourselves men. Yes, you do have to show yourself men, but being a man also means being wise. Okay, not only physical. So knowing when to act, when to walk away, and when to prepare instead of react. Humility and self-control protect your future. Pride seek validation. Wisdom seeks survival and growth. So you see that? Let me say that again. Pride seek validation. Wisdom seeks survival and growth. Not because you're a man, you have to kill, you have to use physical strength all the time. But the Bible says there's a time for everything, right? Ecclesiastes, let me get that for you, right? And that'll be really my last verse to close. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And at verse 8, it says, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace, right? So there's a time for everything. So you as a man, you have to decide the time. You have to, time equals signs, right? How do, when we talk about know the time, we also mean to know the signs, because signs is what tell us time. What signs is it? What sign do you get? Do you see that guy? He may have a gun. Maybe it's signed. It's a time. It's not time to fight him at that moment because you don't have a gun. Does the guy is in his own club? He got his posse behind him. Maybe it's not time to fight, right? Does the guy have people behind him that could jack you up? Maybe it's not how you should fight this battle. But again, everything comes with wisdom. So 7, let's go over the 7 realities most men understand. Number 1, your value will come by what you build and provide. Number 2, sacrifice does not guarantee appreciation. Number 3, women do not often mean what they say. Just men also, right? Number 4, authentic strength earn respect, not excessive niceness. Number 5, leadership often feel lonely. Number 6, men must earn what they want. Number 7, wisdom preserves life better than strength. So to close today, manhood is not about domination, comfort, and approval. It is about responsibility, restraint, and purpose. When a man accepts reality without resentment, he becomes steady, effective, and respected, not because he demands it, but because he has earned it. On that, all praise to the Most High. Hashem Yahushai. Thank you for joining our monologue. My name is Minister Yeshaban Loya. Please subscribe to our channel so that we can continue to bring you those great information that will build you up as a man, making you steady in a crazy world. Shalom. Next time.